You need to get a snack, grab soda, drinks, maybe a glass of wine. This is going to be a good one. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica. I make vlogging content, natural hair, fitness, and lifestyle content. So if you like that type of thing, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and stay tuned for all my future videos as well as my past videos. I may leave some playlists in the links or cards up above. If you're watching throughout this video, you like what you see and you want to see more. Today, we are talking about natural hair as a heat trained natural in 2024. This is a perfect guide if you are a beginner. I have had so many different journeys within my natural hair journey. I'm here to share with you all the things I've learned thus far. I feel like in 2024, the conversation around natural hair just doesn't exist as passionately as it used to, but I still know there are people out here that don't exactly know how to navigate being a heat trained natural or dealing with natural hair in general. I'm here to give you my personal experience because I don't feel that many people on YouTube have my specific hair type, and also everyone has their own journey. So if you're just curious to know something new and learn about someone else's journey, I'm here to share it with you. I'm currently a heat trained natural, but I haven't always been. I will say I've been a heat trained natural since approximately 2022, so about 2 years now. Prior to that, I was on, like I said, many different journeys in my natural hair journey itself. I've done big chops. I've gotten Texlax. I've shaved my hair completely off. I've done the protective style journey, pretty much everything except lock my hair up. Now I'm in a space where I do want to wear my hair as a heat trained natural. I just like to show up in the world as my best self. And I think having my hair heat trained at this time works best for my look, what I'm going for, what I plan to look like on a daily basis. It seamlessly blends in with my extensions. Currently, I have a sew-in right now. It just isn't much more manageable, easier. This isn't, you know, I tend to ramble, so I don't want to go on and on and on about my journey, but I do want to just start by saying if you are thinking about being heat trained, you don't know the first thing about it, or you've recently become heat trained or been heat trained for a while and you just want to know a little bit more about the things I've learned along the way that could possibly help you in your hair journey, the way you style your hair, the way you treat your hair at home, you know, then this video is for you. First things first, let me clarify some phrases that I will be using throughout the video. I know sometimes YouTube videos can be confusing about specifically what people are talking about, and I just want to make sure I'm being super clear. And also how I just kind of see natural hair and how we describe it. Thick hair versus fine hair. These phrases refer to strand thickness. If you have thick hair, typically that means your strands, your actual hair strands, are on the thicker side. If you have fine hair, your strands are typically on the thinner side. I just want to be clear that that's what I mean when I say thick hair versus fine hair. Dense hair versus thin hair. This refers to the number of strands on your head. So if you have dense hair, that means you have a lot of strands on your head that preoccupy your head. A lot of strands, meaning it makes your hair dense, like makeup brushes. Dense hair is, of course, very dense, not to be confused with thick. And then if you have thin hair, that means you typically have less strands on your head. I don't really do or subscribe to the lettering method of curl type and curl pattern. Definitely if you're type 1, type 2, type 3, or type 4 hair, there's a difference. But anything else after that, you know, everyone is different. Everyone has a mix of maybe 2 types of hair. I am someone who has fine, dense, type 4 hair. So if you have a similar hair texture or pattern or way your hair grows and it's similar to mine, you may really get something from this video. And even if you don't, I'm sure as a heat trained natural, whatever hair type you have, you'll be able to identify, relate, or learn something. So let's start off with pre-poos. I think the stage of a pre-poo is an opportunity for you to treat your hair. If you're heat trained and you want to prevent damage, moisturize your hair deeply, if you have trouble detangling your hair for some reason, if you're heat trained, I don't see how that would be too much of a problem. But let's say you're on your way to getting heat trained, if you're starting the process and your hair is not fully cooperative yet, pre-poos may be a really good stage to keep in your hair regimen. I personally do pre-poo, and you know, I think it's different for everyone, but personally as a heat trained natural, I find treatments or very light oils to be beneficial or recommended for this phase of your wash day. Damn, I done left it in my bathroom. I'm not getting up. I'll leave a thing right here. I personally use Olaplex Step 3. Use that before I do anything to my hair when I'm starting my wash day. That is the first thing I put on my hair. I do want to just throw this in here now. I go to see a hairstylist at least every season. So I just want to make sure I'm being super clear on that. And I'll talk about that a little bit later in this video because I do recommend you go see a stylist. Anyways, if you don't like the Olaplex system, if you want to try other products, I also hear K18 is great. I personally don't use it at home, but I think my hairstylist has used it on my hair before. Main point I'm making here is that hair treatments in the stage of a pre-poo is going to be beneficial as a heat trained natural to make sure that you are getting the least amount of damage as possible. If you do want to skip out on pre-poos, you definitely can. I'll talk about another opportunity for you to feed your hair deeply soon. Shampooing is a definite. I also should mention now here as well, I do work out 5 to 6 days a week consistently, you know, when I'm not depressed or tired or like completely going through an unmotivated phase, but usually I am working out 5 to 6 days a week. So I would recommend shampooing at least every week and a half to 2 weeks, at least. I don't shampoo my hair any more than that, but that's just because I'm trying to preserve styles and, you know, it depends on your hair. If washing more often works better for you, fine. But I would say not to stretch your wash days out any more than 2 weeks, especially if you work out. Sweat, gunk, dirt, hair product, all of that is in your hair. And after 2 weeks time, it is definitely time to wash your hair no matter what state it's in. You know, for you heat trained girls that have your box braids in or have your sew-ins in, I know it's like, dang, I just got my hair done. I don't want to wash it. But I'm telling you, like, you need to, okay? Okay, so let's talk shampoos. Like I said, I am using the Olaplex system, and this is not sponsored, by the way. They have no idea who I am. I just love the system. It works really well for my hair, but of course I will leave recommendations of other products if you want to try something different. So I will say I'm using the 4C, the clarifying shampoo from Olaplex right now. My second wash is a moisturizing shampoo. This one is the Function of Beauty. This is the Coily Hair Recovery Shampoo. I really, really love this. My extensions last a lot longer. I feel like my hair has more shine. The integrity of my natural hair as well as my extension hair holds up really nice when I'm using a moisturizing shampoo like this. This is actually one of my favorites. So I go in every single time I wash. One time with a clarifying, my second wash is a moisturizing, and that completes my shampoo process. Other options you can use, I have this and I use this sometimes. This is the Tresemme, the Keratin Repair Bond Plex. This restores and shields. And, you know, this is a nice drugstore option. I hope you guys can see it. This is a nice drugstore option, but I'll leave also some other options or recommendations that you can try as well. Because I have fine hair, the lighter the product is, the better. I'm not someone that goes for heavy, thick, really, really dense based products because they just weigh my hair down. And I noticed as a heat trained natural, that is even more the case. So sticking to lighter serum, like oil, thinner based products works better for my hair, and maybe that'll do the same for you. Before I finish talking about shampoos, if you are a protective styled heat trained girly, get you one of these. Just go ahead and get, even if you're not, honestly, this tool right here on Amazon, this is a game changer. This is a head scratcher without ruining your hairstyle. You know how when you have sew-ins and you got those like parts of your hair that you can't scratch that are really itchy? This feels so good. I also use this during my shampoo session to really work that shampoo within the scalp. So I really recommend this. I'm going to be making an Amazon storefront or Amazon link or something, and I'll leave it in the comments below. This thing, oh my God, I wish somebody told me about this before I knew, because I didn't know how much I needed this until I actually bought it. It's cheap, it's simple, and it works so well. This is just a great head scratcher. Now let's go right into deep conditioners. This is a tip I have in itself. Everyone does what they want, fine, right? I will just say that having a shampoo and then following it up with a conditioner that you're gonna rinse right out, it makes no sense to me. It used to make sense to me, but then I just realized I was wasting my money because I'm gonna go right in with a deep conditioner anyway. That's gonna probably treat my hair and give me the opportunity to take care of my hair even more and save me time. So, you know, that was an easy decision to just kind of skip out on rinse out conditioners and go right into deep conditioning after shampoo. That is one of the best tips I can say if you're busy, you wanna save some time for yourself, and you wanna just get right into treating your hair. Deep conditioners. Remember when I was talking about pre-poos and I mentioned that there will be another opportunity for you to replenish your hair? Well, deep conditioning is also that time. You don't have to do both necessarily. I do, but you don't have to do both. I would say arguably deep conditioning is more important than pre-pooing, but either of them work. So when it comes to deep conditioners, I'm currently using the Mega Thick Intense Repair. This is a drugstore deep conditioner, and I really like it. I mean, I have had no complaints. No one really talks about it, but I do personally like it. But I will, of course, like I said, always leave other ones I hear. I've used the Briogeo before. That's a great deep conditioner. The Camille Rose Algae Renew Deep Conditioner is one of my favorites. Oh, and if you're gonna use Shea Moisture, that high porosity mask, it's good. It's real good. This is gonna be the opportunity for you to play with products. I think there are so many great deep conditioners on the market. This is a product that doesn't necessarily have to match the system you've used for your pre-poo or your shampoo. So this is just really an opportunity to find new things that work for your hair. So I really recommend deep conditioning every time you wash your hair, maybe to build some protein back up into your hair, maybe to deeply moisturize your hair. Deep conditioning is just a great option, and I really recommend not skipping it. Let's talk leave-ins. I think as a heat train girly, you have to have your products just be thinner and lighter so they don't weigh your hair down. That's just like a good tip to know with any product that you're buying. For leave-in, I'm currently using the Alterna. This is the Caviar Anti-Aging Replenishing Moisture Priming Leave-In Conditioner. It detangles and primes fine, dry hair. That is me all day, every day. I love this. It is a spray, and it's a very light product. So I typically notice that it goes through my hair very well. This is a brand, the deep conditioner to this is the first thing I ever tried. Love it. It's very expensive. I think like the deep conditioner is like $60 or $50 or something like that. You can get it at Ulta. I think Sephora has it still. I know they used to have it because that's where I bought it from originally, but that was a deep conditioner that I never forgot. I'm trying the leave-in now. I really love it. I love this entire line. It's pricey, but it's worth it. As far as any leave-in that you use, spray, like, you know, the Ben It's a 10 leave-in I hear is really good as well. That's a good one to try. The Olaplex serum, those thinner serum-like products are just much better for your hair overall. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about leave-ins. Also, don't use too much product because you'll also weigh your hair down, and you can like smell your hair product as you're straightening. You might have put too much. So that's all I'm saying. Just kind of be light to medium handed with it, and you'll be fine. Your styles will last, you won't damage your hair, and you won't overdo the product in your hair. So typically what I do when I finish my wash day, I do leave-in, heat protectant, and then a serum maybe after I finish straightening. So for heat protectants, I stick with the same idea. I do serums, and currently I'm using the Design Essentials. This is the Platinum Finishing Weightless Thermal Protectant Serum. Looks like this. I love this. I love this. I love this. A little bit goes a long way. I've used this 1,000 times. Actually 1,000 times. I mean, I haven't counted, but 1,000 times. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here on the bottle. Okay? It's right here. Okay? I have so much of this left. This is gonna last me forever. The serum really goes through the hair nice and seamlessly. I do also put this on my extensions. For the most part, I'm at the point now where all the products that I use on my regular hair, I use on my extensions, because I try to get good quality extensions so that they last longer and the integrity of them just looks better as I reinstall the hair for, you know, the next protective style and the next protective style. This is very important that I want to mention. This product is great, just like everybody says it is, but I have to let you know, specifically with this, you have to use this on soaking wet hair. Please do not try to refresh your hairstyle, throw some curls in your hair and say, oh, I'm gonna put this on because it's a heat protectant. That's what I did, and all my edges broke off. They're growing back now, like it's growing back now, but all of this was ate up and my edges were like really long. This was what I used to cover up my leave out. Read the back of your products, make sure you're using them correctly. I was using this on dry hair and then like spraying it and refreshing or re-straightening my hair. Thank God I was really only doing it on my edges because I had a sew-in at the time. And this is what my hairstylist taught me. If it is a wet water-based product like something like this or any other water-based heat protectant, you put that on soaking wet hair. If it is a serum-based type of product, you can put that on wet or dry hair. So while yes, I think this is great, just to be safe, go with the serum-based product so you can use it on wet hair, dry hair. If you don't really know that much about products, go with the serum. That's all I really need to say as far as heat protectant. I usually put it on after my leave-in. Sometimes you can honestly just get away with using this one time during your wash day and then resetting your hair with another wash whenever you want to put heat on it again. Now let's just talk about some miscellaneous notes and things that I've learned along the way of being a heat trained natural. I just realized, you guys, that my pillows are not fixed and I really don't feel like fixing them. As far as blow dryers are concerned, I am using the Silverbird. This is by Conair Pro, and it has this comb attachment. I recommend using the comb attachment with any blow dryer you have. It's going to really help you detangle your hair thoroughly while you're blow drying it. And the more you get through it, through every single strand of your hair, the easier it will be to actually heat train your hair. I also recommend, as far as blow dryers are concerned, to use medium heat first. Then when you kind of have a groove and you've detangled all the hard parts, go in with your higher heat until you get it completely dry. Also, you want to get your hair as straight as possible during your blow dry session. If you're doing silk presses, a protective style of some sort that requires your hair to be straight or easier to manipulate, the more you can blow dry it straight, the less heat you'll have to put on it during the flat ironing process. So those are my tips as far as that's concerned. It doesn't matter what It doesn't matter what flat iron you use as long as you have a good technique. My hairstylist taught me this, and you know, obviously she's in a salon. She has her like Babyliss Pro and she has all the state-of-the-art stuff. And even she told me you can have a cheap flat iron as long as your technique is right. I encourage you, especially if you do your own hair, do the chase method, the flat tooth comb with the flat iron, and go through and chase that thing so that your hair can be nice and straight. You only have to pass it through 1 to 2 times, then you can style your hair accordingly. Oh, while I'm on actual heat tools, this thing is gonna save your life. If you have trouble getting your roots when you flat iron, anyone who is not using a hot comb, you're missing out. Bristles being so close together like this help to really get in the nooks and crannies. It helps you do your edges. My comb has an actual curve. I hope you can see that. So it has a curve, which is really helpful. When I'm combing, I can make sure that the rod is actually falling on the real root of my hair to make sure I'm getting a super straight, seamless style. And that just makes it really easy to do at home. I am not a hairstylist. I never went to hair school. I wish I knew how to do hair, and I really don't, but this makes it super easy, especially if you have leave out and you want to just like comb it all through and then you go in with a flat iron. That has been what's worked the best for me. So try that if you haven't tried that. These brushes beat a wide tooth comb any day. If anybody knows the name of this brush, please let me know and leave it in the comments below. I grabbed this one day, just grabbing a brush, and this is my favorite brush. I've tried brushes that look just like this. This one is the one. This one is the one. I don't know if it's the wide square. I don't know if it's the brand. This works really well for my dense, fine type 4 hair. Doesn't break my hair off at all. Get one of these if you want a more seamless detangling process. Here's another thing. I recommend detangling after you deep condition. If you have really textured, thick hair and your heat training process is at its beginning stages, deep condition your hair, and when you're about to rinse that out, that is when I usually take the opportunity to detangle. It's going to be easier on your hair. The product has already sat on your hair for a long time, probably under heat of some sort, even if it's just under a couple of hats or something. So it will just make your hair easily malleable, and that will help you detangle. Also, detangling under the faucet will really help your curls detangle. So try that if you haven't already. Next, silk hair ties, scarves, and pillowcases are a must. If you're not already doing that, I'm not gonna be one of those people like, well, what are you doing if you're not already doing that? But I strongly encourage you just do that because you got to. Also, when you have your natural hair out and it's in a silk press or straight form, wrapping your hair is going to keep it straighter for longer without you having to put more heat on it. So keep that in mind. When you're working out, let your hair completely dry. If you have it in a gym wrap or a scarf or however it is that you have it, a ponytail, slick back, whatever it is. If you work out, when you get home, do not go take off your hair accessories. Keep it in that state until your hair completely dries. I personally, when I get out of the gym and I get home, I put my shower cap on, I take a shower, dry off, put my makeup on, wash my dishes, do whatever it is I'm doing around the house, and maybe let my hair sit for an hour before I take my hair down out of its gym wrap and you know, all that I do. If you want a video specifically on how I wear my hair when I go to the gym, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video more dedicated to it. But my entire system stays that way until my hair is as dry as it could possibly be. When your hair is sweaty and moist and then you take down hair wraps, it will just frizz your hair more than it will if you just leave it alone. So just keep that in mind if you do work out. One more thing about products really quick. I recommend, especially in the summer, use products that have some sort of UV protection in it. I also learned this from my stylist and it has been a game changer. I have a lot of breakage in my crown area. That is a problem spot for me. And a lot of times it breaks off in the summer because the sun is directly heating up on this part of my head. So using products with UV-based protection and wearing your hair in protective styles at any point and any chance you can is highly recommended as a heat trained natural. And lastly, going to salons consistently is really recommended. I honestly would say, even if you're not a heat trained natural, going to the hair salon just to get consults regularly, trims regularly, someone who is professional looking at your hair and telling you what the integrity of it is, what it is that you need, what it is you can do to it, what state your hair is game changer. I never used to invest in this, but now that I do, I can't believe I lived most of my life without doing this. My hair has never been able to grow past my neck ever in my life. until now. And that is because I do spend the time, I spend the money, and I care about my hair so much so that I have gone to professionals to make sure I'm on the right track, to make sure if I am doing something to damage my hair, I can correct it quicker so that my hair doesn't just break all the way off. And I've honestly learned so much. I now can flat iron my hair at home, give myself a soak press, do my wash day without over manipulating or damaging my hair, or doing too many extra steps that I see other YouTubers do that aren't necessary. And if you need help in certain areas of your hair, the stylist just takes care of that for you. My hair has never been so long, never been so healthy, never been something I have been able to not mess up or damage, and it's because I started going to see a hairstylist. Now, make sure your hairstylist is someone you trust. That may be a little bit of trial and error, but look up hairstylists in your area, look up reviews. Instagram is amazing for finding a hairstylist because you can actually see the work they do and kind of get to know their spirit or their energy or what their salon looks like and how they operate, all by just seeing videos on Instagram. So I highly encourage you to check out your area, find a stylist in your area, and go see them. Let them know what you have going on. Become a client. The money you pay is worth not worrying about your hair in the future and as you go along in this journey. So that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I also hope it wasn't too long. I just wanted to make sure I was as detailed as possible to help you guys in your heat trained journey. Share this with someone you know who is starting their heat training journey or who is a heat trained natural that could probably benefit from this video. I would so appreciate it, and it helps me out a lot. Thank you so much. I will see you guys in my next YouTube video. Bye.